permits, taxes, lawsuits, inspectors, Karens, subcontractors, general contractors. This business would be so much easier without customers and subs. If you have a business right now that cannot operate without you, you don't have a company, you have a job. And I'm sorry to tell you, if you are inside of your business and it stops, shuts down, or falls apart when you go on vacation or take a day off or go away at all, you don't have a company that is running on autopilot. You have a job that requires you to be in it for you to make any money. That's called a job. Business is built to have a desired outcome of input, effort, output, money. And that's ultimately why we get into business. We get into business to create freedom. We get into business to create financial success. We get into business to be with our I started a business to spend more time with my family, and maybe at some point in the next 25 years, that might happen. I do this for a living. Look, the truth is I help businesses scale and operate on autopilot without the CEO. I've coached hundreds of business owners out of their companies and into the CEO seat, and their business starts generating revenue without their direct effort. And truth is, that's a scary transition. It's uncomfortable, and you might get there and be like, now what do I do with my hands? And you spend so long being needed by your company. Not being needed by your company can actually become a personal self-value issue. And it's something to be prepared for. As you do the things I give you in this video, I'm going to talk about generating SOPs, delegating to high-performing employees, and building KPIs that allow you to judge the success of those two things consistently on a regular basis. So if you can develop SOPs, delegate effectively, and measure their execution of those SOPs, you don't need to be in your business. It will run itself. So the first step to having a business that runs on autopilot is to build SOPs. What do SOPs stand for? Standard Operating Procedures. It's a process documented in a way to make it repeatable consistently over time. So how to input a lead, how to manage a job site, how to check the mail, how to manage, depositing checks, how to manage the books, how to manage the equipment, how to manage the people. There are processes that you follow every single day. Some of them just happen by nature because you've been doing them for so long. Some of them are new. But documenting standard operating procedures allows you to take something you're doing the way you want it done, this is important, the way you want it done, and handing it to somebody else to execute the same way. These are templates, they're checklists, they're step-by-step instructions. I'm a big fan of Loom, as it says Loom, not Zoom, but Loom, L-O-O-M. It's a screen recording program that allows you to voice and video record yourself navigating your computer screen so you can show somebody how to do something. It works on the phone as well. How to do something from the field, especially as a lot of businesses in construction right now are deploying technology with an older labor force. How to use the iPad, how to upload photos, how to look at scopes of work, how to change a PO, how to request a PO, how to find your job site for the day. All these things are technology driven, and building standard operating procedures, SOPs, allows your business to be run to the standard you want it run to without you needing to be there to train every single time. It's a phenomenal way to hire somebody, delegate something, outsource something, and have it done the way you want it to be done. Things like pictures can be great, videos can be great, step-by-step instructions are great, templates are great, checklists are great. Depending on the SOP, any or all of those might be necessary to execute it. Some things are simpler, right? How to input a new lead into the CRM, how to build an estimate, how to send a proposal, how to send an invoice. What do you want to happen when a check comes in? This is a good one. When a check is mailed in, what are the exact steps you want done to make sure that it is collected, deposited, tracked, and documented effectively? It might seem simple, but hire somebody and don't tell them what to do. Like, did that check come in? Yeah, I think so. Where is it? I don't know. Where's that deposit slip? Oh, it's in my jeans. Like, that doesn't work. So building SOPs, standard operating procedures, allows you to have processes within your company run consistently to your standard without you being there to do it. And this goes from in every department. There's not a single part of your company that doesn't need SOPs to run effectively to your standard. Again, this is very important. To your standard. Can somebody get the job done? Sure. Can someone execute depositing checks? Yes. But if they don't do it the way you want it done, information gets moved, can't find it, things change. Maybe they didn't put where it's supposed to be. You don't have the documentation you need. You don't have the backup documents, whatever it is. You want things done to your standard, and that's okay. Very okay that you want things done to your standard. Not okay you want things done to your standard without the documents necessary to train somebody how to do that. It's been a huge part of why Mia, my assistant, has had great success in her role is we've built a ton of documentation, templates, resources, SOPs to allow her to execute things I want done the way I want them done. And the truth is, as the leader of a company, you know why certain things need to be done a certain way because of how it plugs into the next part of the system or the next department. The people in that department may not understand how what they're doing has to go into the next piece. You do. So having things done a certain way is very, very important. The second part that is incredibly important is to have a high-performing team you can delegate things to. You're going to go through an evolution in building a company that runs on autopilot without you. Having leaders in charge, people who are in leadership positions who can make decisions, have the authority to make decisions, and have the skill set to make the decisions is a necessary part in this. And I don't mean one leader who wears a dozen hats. You need experts in each department inside your company: sales, marketing, operations, production, HR, finance, however you want to outline your company. You need leaders in every department who can collaborate with other leadership members and have the authority to make decisions within their department without needing help. That comes from mission, vision, and core values. That comes from SOPs. It comes from hiring, onboarding, and training effectively. It comes from accountability and collaboration. This is a big one. As CEO, I right now I run 3 companies. It's about 110 employees, $70 to $80 million in total revenue. I have 3 separate leadership teams, which has good days and bad days, as you might imagine. But one of the biggest things I have to do is I have to have accountability around collaboration. People will come to me with a problem. My production manager comes to me with a problem with my sales team. Cool. Did you talk to the sales manager? No. Cool. Go talk to him first. You guys figure it out. I don't know what's best for your departments. You guys do. And so that is how you can start to build a company that starts to run itself, is having leaders in place who have the authority and skill set to make decisions and collaborate with their peers to solve problems and execute the mission, vision, and core values and the standards that need to happen. But that comes from you. You have to coach them. Developing leaders is the only way you get out of your company. It's necessary. It's hard. It takes a long time. You're going to get it wrong a bunch. You have to hire and fire pretty regularly to build a good leadership team. That's necessary. But SOPs are first. Second is developing a leadership team in charge. Look, if you're a $1 or $2 million company and you have 1 crew and you're happy there, you might not need a full leadership team. That crew might be able to go execute without you, and you're just kind of doing some behind the scenes stuff. Great. If you're trying to build a $10 million company, you're going to need a leadership team. Unless your average project size is $2.5 million, you're going to need a leadership team. And that is how you're able to step away and the company runs without you. A business operates on autopilot as long as there's a pilot in the seat, okay? It is very important. I see this happen a lot, that people will put processes in place and then just disappear. And they just completely disengage from their company and just assume it's going to be done right. No, you still need a pilot in the seat. The pilot just doesn't need to be you anymore. So building that leadership team is incredibly important. The third thing that allows you, so processes being managed by leaders need measurement of success. This is where KPIs. KPI stands for key performance indicators. It's the measurement of, are these processes working? Think number of leads, number of contracts, revenue generated, days on project, profit margins, gross profit, net profit, cash flow numbers, client success, client satisfaction. You can look at, it depends on the business, okay? There's a lot of different businesses out there. I'm not going to go deep into this, but there are key performance indicators in sales, marketing, operations, production, finance, HR that you can look at daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly to say, is my team managing my SOPs to the standards I need them to? And so even just looking at revenue generated per day, overhead percentages, payroll percentages, commissions paid, is my team doing its job? So from AutoPilot is still looking at gauges and charts and processes. And so you have to look at the measurements. So if you can document the SOPs, put a leadership team in charge, and then give them the metrics necessary to judge their execution of the standards, your company will be able to self-manage itself. Autopilot may not be the right word, okay? It's just the word that my videographer gave me for the title of this video. What might be better is just a team that can make decisions and solve problems and execute the processes without you. You can be separated from the day-to-day, but your job, and don't mistake in this, I'm not saying go retire. Stepping into the CEO seat is a job that requires you to lead the leadership team. I am not in a single department. From any of the companies I run, I am not in a department. My job is to lead the leadership team in all three. So I have like 15 leaders that I lead, 15 to 16 leaders that I lead on a daily basis. That's obviously very challenging, but I'm not in any role. I'm not in any department. I'm not in any process. And for me, I can sit right here at this desk and manage 100 plus people, $70, $80 million in revenue, and I can do it effectively through my leadership team, not in any department. And I think the reality is if you just never had to sell another contract, never had to be on another job site, never need to run another marketing meeting, never need to be looking in, on the day-to-day financials, you still want to look at the month-to-month and obviously, but like I'm not in the day-to-day cash flows. That is pretty much autopilot, and that'll allow you to live a life in a really cool way. There are a lot of different ways to do this. There's not a single way to do SOPs, not a single way to put leaders in charge, not a single way to create KPIs. This is what we help companies develop. WinRate allows you to have somebody come into your company and either do this with you or do this for you, depending on where you're at in business. So click the link in the comment section below or in the description below. Sign up for the free course. Learn how we communicate. Learn some of the things we teach. It's free. And then I would challenge you to schedule a call to uncover what are the services we can offer to help you deploy these things. There is not one way, but there is a successful way to do it for you. And we'd love the opportunity to sit down with you, lock arms with you, step into your business with you, and help you execute this so that you can finally separate from the day-to-day of your business and go live the life and financial freedom that you've wanted. So click the link, look at the course, schedule the free call, and let's get you successful now.